All right, we are live. Welcome to the KJ show. Here with my buddy Shavi. What's going on, man?
GM.
GM, everybody. Yeah, it's been too long since we've spoken this way. I'm excited. Anyway,
You've been doing a lot of content lately, so I don't feel the same way. I feel like I'm talking to you every day,
true.
and and this is amazing. But I'm glad to be back
Yes,
live myself too.
yes, sir. All right, so we got FOMC today. We were talking about this with Stillman 2 days ago, and like trading it on leverage is pretty dangerous, unless it like gives you like a very obvious entry. But most people that are close to market are probably going to get chopped up. I'm not sure if are people ready, or maybe we could kill some time till some more people join, perhaps. But yeah, like speaking of which, what's up? Got M Chu in the house. Got Joe Rogan here. Kishan Balaji is saying that's not Joe Rogan. How dare you? That is Joe Rogan. Um, did you see this thing like with the football player Arian Foster saying that like the NFL is scripted? You saw that?
Oh, not at all. Really?
Yeah, watch this. Yeah.
To get a script.
Yeah.
Taping. It's funny, before we started taping, Aaron was telling me about how the NFL is rigged and
The guy
how
on the
every
right's
year
Arian
he used to get a
Foster.
script.
Yeah.
Day one of training camp that would get dropped off at his locker. And you would have to, it was like week 1, you'll do this. Week 2, you're going to have a hamstring injury. Week 3, this is going to happen.
Yeah.
Week 4, you're going to get 3 touchdowns. And so then you just have to, did you memorize those before the season started? Or would you go and rehearse the script before every game?
We're really dedicated to it. So it was more so like that's what practice was about. It was about practicing the script. Like this is what goes on and this is what we have to do in order to
And this
I don't
referee is
know,
going to miss
right?
this
So you hear
call
what he's saying?
Yeah,
because-
Like he's basically saying that the NFL is scripted, and instead of practicing like how to win, they practice how to like follow the script. It's a hell of a conspiracy theory. But I mean, I think Arian Foster might have been an MVP. At least 1 year he was like a beast in fantasy football. That's what I remember when I used to watch football. I wasn't like a huge football. I mean, I was a huge football fan for a long time. I haven't watched it in ages. Shav, you're still there, right?
Yeah. I'm
Oh,
listening.
okay, yeah. Yeah, so like, for me, I don't know, the people that don't know my history, if you've been around for a while, you may know this about me, but um I was I would say 13 years ago, yeah, because that was when my oldest son was born. I was living in the Bronx and I was unemployed at that point, and I I was making money bootlegging sporting events. Like meaning like I would get these bootleg hats from like 23rd Street downtown, and I was paying like $1.50 a hat, and then I was selling them at the games for like $5 to $10, depending on what people were willing to pay. And it was a whole hustle. And like me and some guys from the neighborhood, we would go out to these games with like 10 dozen hats each. And these guys, they didn't know how to like save their money. Like so basically every week they would make some money and then spend it, and then the next week they wouldn't have any money to re-up. So like what I would do is I would re-up for them and buy the hats. So I was paying like $21 a dozen, and then I would give it to them on consignment, meaning like, okay, you want, how many dozen you want? You want 10? All right, so I buy it 10. You got to give me $60 for each dozen. So they would come back to me with 600. So I'd make like 400 off of each of the people coming with me. And we were making money. Like Like on a good day, I would make like $2,000 cash on a Sunday in like 5 hours, drink some beer, go to the casino on the way back. We would go down to like Washington, D.C. And I remember like that was when I stopped giving a shit about football, because we would go to these tailgates, and like obviously when you're bootlegging, you don't want to like look like you're making money. You got to look like you're really fucked up, and not dressed nice and like, hey guys, want some hats, like that. And then like all these guys that are like spending their paycheck to watch football are like treating you like you're like they're a little drunk, so they kind of treat you like shit. And I just remember thinking that they were suckers. And,
For sure.
that's how I felt. I felt like they were suckers. And I was like, why would I pay to watch this stupid game? But anyway, that's how I felt. But I used to be heavy. Like, I knew, like, fantasy football. I would win most of the time. I used to play FanDuel, like, back in the day and stuff. And Arian Foster was like, there was 1 year where he was a monster. Like, he wasn't like nobody. And same with the other guy, Larry Johnson. who was like a big running back. He was from Penn State. I think he was like a first round draft pick. But both of them have said the same thing in regards to the NFL being scripted. And my only question is like, what the fuck did Aaron Hernandez say when he got his script? You know, like, like what do you say to that? You know, like some of these guys have had really fucked up lives, and I don't know. I'm not certain it makes sense. All right, so we're checking out Twitter. I'm on Twitter.
There's always stories about, for example, the World Cup in soccer, where not that it's scripted, but it's arranged, or they make it so that this team will fight this team, or not fight this such and such team, so that that game would be able to happen in the final instead of the semi-final because it's a better player. I've heard stories like this, and maybe there is some truth to it, but now to say that the NFL is scripted like fucking the WWE, I don't know,
WWE, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if like that's pretty bold. I don't know.
What is this? All right, so one of the guys in the chat is asking about Sharby. I mean, where were you like a few days ago? That would have been nice to get the heads up. I mean, the thing looks bullish. I don't know what it is. But yeah, from like a TA perspective, I don't know where to get in on this guy. I mean, I guess it would be here. And you just hopefully it marks up more, but what's the market cap? But it's still small. The liquidity isn't terrible. I guess I would have to do more research on this. Shout out to the Hamachi Finance boys. Got the HAMI fam in the chat. I see you guys. We got HAMI. I had the chart queued up.
Charts are always challenging, right? Because on one hand, you're like, damn, I missed my entry. Like your entry should have been that breakout over there when we break all-time high.
Yeah.
And you missed already your 4 or 5x right now. But on the other hand, it's 500,000 market cap, and it has maybe potential. I don't know what it does. We'll have to look into it. Maybe it can go in the millions, or maybe it's a rug pull. Who knows? But
yeah, who knows? Once they start to go, you know, it's difficult. It's difficult.
I don't like the ticker so much, but maybe it's something good. But you know, it's hard because you miss your 5x, and on the other hand, maybe it's gonna do another 5x. Remember, like during the previous cycle, stuff like Dinger, right? We didn't enter Dinger because it just pulled a 10x, and then it pulled another 10 or 20x after that.
Yeah, like we'll look at Imagine AI. I mean, thing just like, what did that do? 70. Yeah, it did like a 10x in a matter of a couple days. In like 1 day, 2 days. They had like the perfect catalyst though, right? Like the viral. It did more than 10x. How much did it do? Like from here.
But I feel like you see, it's always the same.
Yeah, 12x.
It's always the same fractal where it pumps a good amount, and then there's this like consolidation, and then the next best entry, if you're not entering on a dip, it's basically a breakout of all-time high. So, and it has a crazy markup as soon as it breaks all-time high, and Shardy just did that. RKI just did that. Amashi is kind of doing it right now as we speak. Amashi just broke all-time high and it's doing its markup.
It didn't do the markup yet. This is not the markup. This is...
It's in progress.
Yeah. Yeah, like this... Yeah, you had like basically a cup and handle, which people use incorrectly a lot, but it's a continuation pattern. So you have your cup, and then this would be your handle, breaks out, and now it's making like a bullish structure on top of previous all-time high. So yeah, I like what I'm seeing. Certainly from that perspective, definitely looking pretty healthy there. And you can kind of feel the momentum growing. I mean, there's over 1,000 holders. It's less than 2 weeks old. The rewards and the volume to make this breakout was not like anything substantial. It wasn't huge. And like the rewards were pretty good. Still paying out in RDNT, but I believe that's going to be changing soon. I think we farmed it enough. I would like to see a switch to something else. And like the HAMI Twitter tweeted yesterday to kind of like gauge the sentiment of the crowd. See, like, are you guys willing to like take a little more risk with the farming, like as opposed to like Jones and RDNT? Like when you look at those charts, right? Like they weren't just picked like randomly. You know what I'm saying? Like I like charts like this.
Well, both are like quote unquote hashtag good project
Right.
and have catalysts coming, and it was good picks because it's teams that are building into the bear market. It's good sectors, options and DeFi, option trading for Jones and DeFi for Radiant, and they're already like 15 million market cap. But that would be interesting. I would be
Yeah. The
curious to see.
liquidity was very strong at 2.4
Yeah.
million. So it was like, yeah, HAMI isn't going to really pump this. And when it started farming here, like around $1.90, I believe, it went up to almost over $3. So it's like, it's nearly 2x from like where the farm started. But like when I see this large consolidation period on a project that has the potential to like survive, I think it's good that they can get a piece of that action at these prices and like not the markup price. So like RDNT, the chart didn't look exactly the same, but I like charts that look like this. And this has been consolidating for some time from May to January. It could go longer, you know, who's to say, but getting a piece of, and we talked about, if you didn't watch the last stream, I mean, make sure I'm not going to tell you exactly what we said, but Stillman gave some really good alpha in regards to a sector that's really looking like this. And, you know, some of the leaders in that sector are breaking out. You know, I'll just say it, Kata, that this is like play to earn kind of GameFi stuff. A lot of the charts are looking like this and starting to break out. So what happens is when you get a long consolidation and you get the breakout, the longer the consolidation and the stronger the catalyst and the stronger the bull market, you know, you'll get a bigger breakout. So like something like Aave, for instance. Let's look at it. Where's the history on Aave? Is that Bitfinex? It would be Bitfinex, right? I think. I think we have to look at Aave BTC. That's where it used to be called something else. It used to be called Lend back
I
in the
removed the
day.
TT at USDT, and you can probably load it from the Binance.
Aave USD.
Yeah, Aave USD, Binance calculated by TradingView.
Yeah. This isn't the same chart. It's not the same chart. Aave BTC. It's not. There's way more history because. Oh no, I'm mistaken. So, what was I looking at? What was I looking at? Something is wrong. Something is wrong. I swear it looked different. This is weekly, but it's because I'm on log. That's why. I'm like, why does this look different? See, like, yeah, when you're not on logarithmic log chart, like this is what like the consolidation looks like, right? And then this is what the breakout looks like. But this consolidated for like 2-3 years, two years, and then when the breakout happens, it's just absolutely massive. But yeah, I'm like something is not making sense. But yeah, there are charts that are showing that. So back to Jones, like, yeah, you see it's flat. I'd like to get a piece of it here, and as opposed to like waiting for the markup. And you know, as long as these charts are remaining in these accumulation waves, if HAMI can kind of farm those and give like a diversified exposure to somebody who may not on their own, like let's face it, some people on their own are just going to ape into everything late and lose all their money. It's like, you just hold this coin and like, let us like give you some good coins at like good prices, you know? So at the very least, like, God forbid the unthinkable happens, something happens to Hamachi, you still have these coins. Like, you still were able to accumulate coins. And frankly, like, I would say, like, if you look at where the coins, the farming is starting, it's not just being done like randomly and willy-nilly. There's some strategy going on there. And Radiant was farmed around 9 cents, I believe, like in that area between $9 and $1, and it hit like $1.50. So that's like a 50% move on your farming rewards. It started farming it like in here, I believe, like around here, and you hit $1.40. So, you know, the rewards that you accrued in this period, if you were savvy, you could wait, and then you could have sold them and made a 40% on your rewards. So this wave, I'm not sure what's going to happen here. I know they have a token unlock, so that's why I was suggesting to the team, you know, maybe we start looking for something else. But yeah, that's that. Imagine AI, I would say, like, you don't really want this to retest down here. In my opinion, I'd like to see this wick hold, or at least this area, you can, being that's like a lower cap, and on swaps, you I mean on a dex, like you could get like a wick down here if some guy panics and just like dumps his whole bag. But like anything kind of in this area, like if you're bullish on this project, it's probably a good area to play. So I don't have a bag of this right now, and it's something I hadn't looked at the chart, but it's getting close to an area where I might want to try to play around, because I like what they're doing. Yeah. Like ICX, Neo. M-Chew, are the 2017 coins still consolidating, or do you think they're dead? So he's saying Neo, ICX. Well, let's look. Let's have a look. Neo, I think, is dead, but it doesn't mean that it can't do like some sort of scam pump. Let's see. But frankly, this is not a chart that I've looked at in a very long time. So yeah, I mean, it's not something I want to play, honestly, unless you
I
have
feel like
like
Neo only pumps if there is just
Th-
a bubble.
yeah, in a bubble, or if they have some sort of catalyst, and like, but I just haven't seen them develop or really do anything. So unless you have some sort of like insider information, then like you're just kind of hoping for, the Binance roulette wheel to land on Neo and then pump you into, profit. But in a bubble, yeah, I suppose it could do something. ICX. Yeah, let's see what ICX looks like. ICX, you just wait. Well, yeah, this is like massive volume here. So interesting. Maybe something's going on there, but could be. It did kind of like do its thing last season. Like obviously its all-time high is like around $11. It was never able to get there again, but it did make it up to like $3. So now that it's at 20 cents, this looks a little better than Neo to me, and you have these volume spikes on Binance, so maybe something's going on there. Not too sure. This definitely looks better than Neo, and you're kind of coming up into resistance here at this neckline. So you have the 200-day moving average also acting as resistance, this wick. So basically, like, you look at these candle closes, you just draw a line straight across, like this area and this area. Like it makes sense to make a wave, which it stop ran. So it tried to reclaim today, it looks like, and got rejected pretty hard thus far. But if this candle, like let's say this daily candle is able to refill in this wick and somehow close up here, that would actually be quite bullish in my opinion. And your safest bet is to look for a cross of this level. So like if you go above here again after this, because you had a consolidation and it broke down, the volume was not significant, but a break of this is going to imply that this wick will probably be chased down. So there's a nice like shorter term trade to be made if you see price action up here. So what you would do is set an alert. You set an alert for this level, and if it hits, then you it's pretty easy to structure your trade. Like your stop would be below here, and your target's like up here.
Someone is asking about XHV. I think we mentioned it in the dojo a couple of weeks back.
XHV. Haven,
you bring it
yeah. This is privacy coins, right? Privacy coins tend to pump at the end of the cycle, right? But I know Monero has been looking strong. Yeah, this is it's inching its way up. This has been a performer in the past, and something like this, if you believe in the project, you just like you buy down here, and then you just really put it on cold wallet and don't even look at it. I wouldn't even look at it, frankly. And maybe you got to run back up, but there's nothing like on the chart that's saying like now is the time, but it's starting to do its thing. Like this kind of reminds me of like what Adam did a little bit a few months ago, and then like you may see like a push up to this level. So you could definitely, like, I wouldn't be surprised to see it like $1.40, and really testing this level, and that starts to break out. Then it's like full blown bullish shit going on. 1.25 Doge. Yeah, let's look at Doge. We talked about Doge the other day, and then the same day later in the day we had ooh, yeah, look, we're getting some dumpage here. We had this move, which was like a test pump and then pumps up here. This is being rejected right before the 10-cent mark. But when you look at like the weeklies, there's potential. If this starts to break and crosses 10 cents, I think it's going to take off. So, you know, you're going to need cooperation from ETH and BTC as well. And, you know, it's going to be interesting to see how FOMC shakes out. But yeah, if Doge is able to get above 10 cents, like, you'd be surprised how quickly it can go to 25. Like, that can happen in like 2 days. So, for real,
People forget.
you know, it can
People
happen.
forget.
Huh?
People forget how stuff
Yeah.
pump after 2 years of downtrend.
Yeah, it happens very fast. So Xavi, can you tell me a little bit more about ZK Sync? Because I'm seeing like the name is floating around, but honestly, I haven't done too much research on it. But why should we be paying attention to this, and what can we do about it?
Honestly, like, it's a long time coming. Like, the last 2 years, or even still during the bull market on the way up, you know, we knew L2s, layer 2s for Ethereum will be a trend, and I was starting looking into, you know, Optimism, Arbitrum, ZK Sync, all these what they call ZK rollups, and their approach and the tech behind it, the team behind it, people backing it, all the project willing to join them in their endeavors. I'm talking about Aave, Compound, Uniswap, Flexa, whatever. They were all behind it, like, and really was my favorite. I'm not a big fan of Matic, for example. It has pros and cons, and I don't like, you know, their token. I mean, it's a very bullish token. I'm nothing against the coin and trading it, whatever. Just saying the way it works. Sometimes it's kind of buggy. The Polygon scan is kind of buggy. I don't know. Like, it feels very centralized, and I mean, it's been pushed by Binance, right? But anyways, the ZK Sync was really like my favorite in terms of how I think what it will do for Ethereum, what it will do for the market. And everything came up, and they're still working on it, right? Arbitrum, and now is the hyped layer 2. Optimism was the one a couple of months back. And I always say repeatedly in the dojo that I will be very bullish when ZK Sync is coming out, and I didn't think it would take a year and a half, but now here we are, and I think it's very much synchronized with the market. If you can bring up, for example, Mute is a chart that we've been playing. We have a trade open currently in the dojo on Mute.
Mute.io on Tether, on MEXC, or is this on DEX?
If you just remove USD, you will find the Ethereum pairing on Uniswap. Just mute, yeah, WETH.
This?
Yeah, the first one, yeah.
They must have a lot of tokens, so it's like 0.0004. Oh, this is versus ETH.
Yeah, this is Ethereum. So as you see, like, Mute is kind of basically the Uniswap of ZK Sync, like the AMM with no fees. And
there we go.
yeah, if you bring it on the screener, it's for sure much better. And it's itching its way up. They had a good announcements a few days ago at Ethereum Denver convention. They announced a few partnership. That's why it pumped the last couple of days. But you can see this chart is like right back at the May dump, making new highs, about to get parabolic. Like, this is kind of a parabola, right? Like, if you look at the dump in the FTX dump in November 7, this didn't make a new low. It actually made a higher low. This is very much like a parabola in the making, and I think so. We've been loading this like in the 20 to 40 cents range, and and now we are in the 80 cents, but like this is nothing. It's 29 million market cap, and I'm not saying now is a good time to enter and play this trade, but you can definitely see that there is an uptrend, and highs are like starting to look this way, starting to look in the ZK Sync. I started this morning actually seeing tweets about, oh, my favorite people sharing threads about their favorite project coming up on ZK Sync. Like, I think it's probably after Arbitrum the next wave, and I think it may be even a bigger wave because it's been a long time coming, really, and I think people will be enjoying their experience trading and using this layer 2, and I think even more than that, businesses and projects right now that exist in DeFi are waiting for it to be released and to adopt it and start developing on it and updating their project to be able to use it. So we'll see. I don't know about Mute itself. Whenever Uniswap adopts ZK Sync, why would you need Mute? I don't know, but definitely this thing went up like 4 or 5x. And
it's definitely not the time to buy it, most likely. Like, because like a lot of these are coming up to these necklines and retesting the previous waves before the dump. But if you start to, like if these continue and start to like clear these areas, then yeah, these, like you said, parabola in the making. It can happen, but
I love the tech. I mean it for the tech, but unfortunately,
okay.
Unfortunately, what will pump the most is probably ZK Sync Inu or ZK OJ, ZK Doge, whatever. But yeah, I'm sure this is something people should be looking at.
Yeah, so Ola says IMX, CIS, LRC, Dusk. Let's check some of these out. See what they look like. Less of an accumulation on this guy. Coming up to the neckline as well. Like almost every chart is like in this spot positionally. And I think it's remiss to say like, at the end of the day, it's not like it's not the time to buy. I've been saying that for like over a month. But it's also not the time to exit the whole market either. But like when you look at Bitcoin, you're kind of getting up there as well. This box will probably get tagged, but it doesn't have to. Tesla's coming up against resistance, but it's starting, like, I like what Tesla did yesterday and what it's doing today. So if Tesla can break out, like, I think that bodes well again for crypto. And in my opinion, looking at ETH, this is bullish looking still. So, if we get like some dip down to here and retest, you have 200, the 200 daily as well as the 60. All moving averages it's basically above almost all of them, but these are starting to curve up. If we come down here, test this trend line, which is not even drawn to scale actually, so forget that. But you have the 60 and the 99 right here. If this wave were to fail and come down here, retest the top of this level, like in the mid 13s, like that could potentially provide a golden entry in my opinion. But if we're able to reclaim and break out of this, I know everybody's going to be looking at 25K and whatnot, but I'm starting to lean towards more of a stronger breakout, like into like close to 3K for ETH. And that would take time to develop, but what do I think of Dolomite? Dolomite, I've heard some good things. Some people have DM'd me about that one. I know they're doing a raise right now. I didn't participate yet, but I do need to look a little bit more into it. But some heavy hitters invested, and yeah, it's called Dolomite. It's supposed to be like a monster DeFi project. I think Arthur might be invested in that one. Some other people.
I never heard of it.
Yeah, yeah. I'll show you the deck. I'm aware of it. But I haven't done
I know the movie on Netflix.
I haven't done my full diligence yet. So
I know the movie on Netflix with Eddie Murphy.
I know the original movie in the 70s. Yes. Speaking of movies with Eddie Murphy, did you see You People? I found it pretty funny.
It was kind of cringe. I kind of fell asleep.
It was cringe. Yeah. I think it was like intentionally cringe. It was super cringe, but like it did have its funny moments. I think that was like the goal.
Yeah, I
was
don't
to
know.
be cringy.
I was I had no expectation, but I wanted like to have fun, and I wanted
You
to
wanted to have
laugh.
fun.
I wanted to laugh hard, and I barely chuckled a couple of times. You know, it's like I love Eddie Murphy, and you know Jonah Hill can be very good, and both together was like it was kind of sucky.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I think like the part where like Eddie Murphy walks into Roscoe's with like the Fred Hampton was murdered shirt. I don't know why, but it just fucking made me laugh so hard. It made me laugh really hard. Somebody's asking about Link. Yeah, accumulation. I mean, Link is a real project, so you know, is this going to give you the best bang for your buck and make a new all-time high? I'm not certain, but how long is this? May to January. I mean, like you could see Link start to like behave like Litecoin, you know? Like you could get some respectable pumps out of this guy. But I'm not certain
I
it's
think too many people are watching it, and still I don't know what obsessed with this one, and it's done. Like but back then it was the only oracle, and it was built, you know, launched in 2017, so it had like this 3 years accumulation ready for the COVID pump, and it was really the only one. Now I feel like there's so many oracles. Maybe they're not as good as Link, but you know the market cap is diluted with all the new projects doing kind of the same thing, and now we have many chains, right? It's like,
wow, I didn't look at this. Oh man. So there was a guy. I think this is now I need to check. Fuck. Because these guys are talking about Kenshi in the chat. But let me see. Let me see now. I'm gonna see if I'm really upset. How upset. Oh,
I mean,
man.
yeah, it's a BST season again. I feel like
this guy showed me Kenshi. Hey KJ, have you heard of Kenshi? Seems like the type of fundamental gem you're known for finding. This is on January 22nd. I didn't answer. January 22nd. Fuck. Yeah.
yeah, you did a couple X.
Unreal. Yeah, that would have been a 10x. Bummer. Congrats to them though. So then he messaged me today. It's so funny that I see them in the chat because he was like, yeah, what did he say? And he like answered again. He sent me a message again. I ignored him. And then today, did you ever look into Kenshi? No. LOL, I assumed it pumped because of you. I said, why? The coin went up only mode the day after I sent it to you. I guess it was just a coincidence. But
people are saying thoughts on Kenshi. People are talking about it like it's the new Link. Someone says this is the next chain Link. Okay.
So I wish I bought it on the 22nd. I mean,
so it's not a Doge coin.
No, this is like an Oracle's, I guess.
On PancakeSwap. Okay.
Yeah. Speaking of which, like, let's see, like,
that's good liquidity, like 750 million for 750K for 6 million of market cap.
Not bad. But like, if you look like, I think people are sleeping on BSC right now. Like shit is really ripping over there. I gotta pay more attention here.
Someone is asking you if you looked into CAI, crypto AI.
Yeah, I did. I played it. I'm not in it anymore, but
I think well. Elizabeth in the dojo did a pretty decent chunk of money on this.
Oh wow! I made another leg. Good for them. Yeah, I played it and like I got out around here. I think. Yeah, I think around here. Got in here and like sold it here, like a pleb. But like I don't know. It just crypto AI. It just seemed like I wish I was in from here. But
such a money grab.
Yeah, a little bit. little bit. But hey, they made money. People are making money. So, you know, that's the trend. We said it last time. It's like crypto AI coins. Yeah, it's like kind of bullshit. But, you know, at the end of the day, like, doesn't mean you're not going to make 100x. Like, it can happen. Like, we saw Dental Coin do like 1,000x in 2017.
Sure.
You know, not all of these things are going to be, oh, okay.
Ta is insisting for you to check NFAI.
Yeah. He's insisting it's a gem, not financial advice. AI. The market cap's so big, like 5.5 million.
Oh my god. Yeah.
Not financial advice, like I don't know. I don't want to shit on the coin. And watch, if I do, it'll probably go up more. But
can you draw a trend from the first dip to this, like,
from this
trend line?
Like this. Yeah, positionally, like if I wanted to get in, I'd be looking for like around here to play that. But the thing is with these, when they go up like just on air, this is the thing. Like TA works, but like if the liquidity is low and it's like in the project, I'm not saying it, I haven't done any research, so I'm not going to sit here and shit on this project and say it's not legit, but it's an AI coin named Not Financial Advice, and the market cap's 5.5 mil, and the liquidity is 382, so it's not extremely liquid. What happens is like when you get these like logical retests, sometimes it's just like it's panic inducing, and like then you just see like it just like goes way lower. So I'm not sure, but this thing did numbers. Like good for you. Got in that. Rainy. No, Charles likes that one. And Ice Bags too.
His bag is big on it.
Yeah, Ice Bags is like an advisor or something. Oh yeah. Yeah. Making a bull flag. Big volume. This is probably Chad's buying here.
Ooh. This looks good actually. It's only 9 million market cap?
Yeah, went back. Went back a lot. Yeah. This does look good. Huh.
A lot of chart looks like this, right? A lot of GameFi chart looks like this. A few AI chart looks like this.
Yo, they need to put this. They should put this on Arbitrum. We'll have Hamachi farm it. Like turn Hamachi onto this. Like this is an area where I'd like, you know, you start to like DCA. You know? I like it. Looks good. Rainy looks good. Why did Imagine AI get to 30 million? Is it legit or a scam? So Imagine AI, weren't they the ones that made those pictures, like of the girls? I think they made those pictures. This picture keeps showing up on my my screen all the time. Let's see. There's this woman at the gym who wears like a bodysuit like this. But she's got to be like 55 years old. She's like this older Latino woman, and she wears these suits, like probably the same exact one. But like her face, she looks like a Dr. Seuss character. Like she's very wrinkly in the face, but her body looks like that. And in the group chat, we were always like, like it's funny. We had never talked about it, and then we were just talking shit. And one of my friends was like, that woman in the bodysuit's like always here. It doesn't matter what time you go, which is truth. Like you could go at 10 o'clock, you could go in the morning, you could go 4 in the afternoon. She's always going to be there. And we just started calling her bodysuit. And then like one of my friends got caught trying to record her. It's like super awkward. But yeah, those bodysuits are something else. Like imagine when you see these like TikTokers blowing up your spot, like I'm always like a little concerned that I'll get caught on TikTok or something, but you know, at the end of the day, like if you're wearing an outfit like that, people are going to look at you. Like so just deal with it.
She's wearing it to be looked at.
You're wearing it to be seen. Come on. What are we talking about? It's crazy. Bodysuit. Yeah, bodysuit in. Launch it. Oh yeah, so back to Imagine AI. So those pictures of like those AI broads that went viral, that's what really started to pump it. And like clearly, like they had like they're doing a good job. They're like engaging. I never got in, but like I remember they were kind of like not rating, but they were interacting with my tweets a lot and like made some AI versions of me. Not gonna be able to find it at this moment, but yeah, I know CL follows them, so he's probably in. What else? CANTO. Like I gotta do more research on these CANTO NFTs because I hear people are absolutely printing. Like, are you guys playing that at all in the chat? You give me the alpha on CANTO. You know it's on Atom. Still kind of scarce. The the pasta going around on CT is pretty funny. Yeah. Let's see. So far, I don't know what Shavi. Do you have the Apple mouse? Did you ever get this thing? Don't the jury's still out on it. I'm not sure if I like it.
The black one? I have the white one.
The white, yeah, it's the same thing though. But
Yeah.
like, Messi tweeted he bought CANTO at 0.07 and I faded it. Big mistake.
Oof.
Yeah, that was a mistake.
What about Caspa? Have you looked at Caspa lately?
I don't love that. Not great.
I think the market is getting ready to give back right now.
It might be. Yeah.
Ethereum and Bitcoin are going down.
They haven't really moved much thus far. It's hard to say. Remember, it's FOMC. Like all this price action could be fuckery. Truthfully, like I wouldn't like make any sort of like long term like technical analysis like right now until like that move plays out a little bit and settles. Like it really could go either way. People are maybe starting to de-risk, but then I mean, what's he gonna do? It's gonna be 25 points, right? Like it's just what it is. I don't really. I'm not. It's becoming more of like a self-fulfilling prophecy, and like I said earlier, as far as the market's like true reaction to these type of things, like yeah, you have like a market that's way less liquid than people realize, and still over leveraged. So you know it's predatory, and they're gonna take your money. Like it's not EV to play this unless like you have some sort of like crazy edge that nobody else does. But it's tough trading, and I just prefer not to mess with it on these days. But from like an FA perspective, like I don't know. I wouldn't expect anything too crazy here. And you know, like looking at all of these things, I don't know. Like we'll get some volatility, but I wouldn't make any long-term decision until at least that's settled down and we see what happens. In my opinion.
Can you bring up Coinbase very quick?
Coin. Everything is at resistance. So it's like, yeah, you got to be careful. You got to be careful. But if we get the bullish FOMC and you start to break out across the board, it's going to, everything will mark up like super fast. So just pay attention, in my opinion.
Someone in the comments are bringing up Gcoin.
Gcoin. Yeah. This coin's bullish looking to me. I know this one.
Yeah, we know some people playing it. I actually, I think I have some.
It's bullish. Like
yeah, that's the one on Matic. Yeah, I have it.
Yeah, this is bullish. Yeah, so you had like the first accumulation wave, and it went up to its neckline, faked out, and then made new lows. Like you don't want to see this happen on everything. I mean, it could happen, and then everything could go into another accumulation for 6 months. Like I said many times, I am looking for like a slow bleed for like at least a good 3-4 months. I think between like April and September, you're gonna get like more shitty price action, like slow bleed, less volatility. In that environment, you still will have different sectors and like different coins popping off and doing 100x's. So I don't think you just like leave the market entirely. But depending on where we end up, like obviously this is subject to change, but just my projection is that around April, it's like you're really starting to climax on the relief rally, and then you start to pull back in the summer. And the bearishness will climax in September, and then like that's like your last dip ever in September. So that's the way I'm looking. But you could get a thing where we reject like at those necklines, like we were looking at on Mute and Jones and all these coins reject and then go back into accumulation or even lower, but like more of a sideways. I don't think you're going to get like the FTX type volatility that's just like straight down. It'll be more of like dip than sideways and bores you. But this one you had, your accumulation, which then broke down and made another accumulation wave below support, and now it's trying to reclaim it. And Stillman actually pointed this one out to me. It looked very much like the Kata coin, and GFC is the Galaxy Fight Club. Never played this before, but apparently they have a game and they have some updates coming and people still play it. So it fits that the play to earn, like GameFi trend. And like when you look at Kata, you had like the same thing basically, right? So like you had your first accumulation and then pumps, and then you have FTX and it goes below here, makes another accumulation, you get a pump, bull flag, sharp bull flag, people say, oh, it's going back into accumulation, and then it just takes off. So like when you look at GFC, I mean, you have that pump and now it's starting to retrace. So we'll see what happens, but it could be doing something. Yeah. Not bad. What else? I think I'm about ready to shut it down. I wanted to do about, I don't know, how long have we been going?
45 minutes. Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. How many likes do I have? See, 23 likes. All right. I'm not going to do another one of these in a long time then, because I can't even get likes. I can't get subscribers. And, let me get some likes, please, if you enjoy the content.
We have 65 viewers. Let's get some likes.
Yeah, let me get some likes. Oh, yeah, there's like new Ponzi's coming out on Arbitrum. Like this other one. I saw people talking about this one. What was it? Orion? I haven't looked at the chart, but this is like an ohm fork. Oh, it's pumping. This could definitely be a rug. Like, I don't have this, but I saw people talking about it.
Oh, yeah.
Fuck, I wish I bought this.
Oh, wow, yeah.
Yeah, see? 7x from that dip. No people in the dojo played Goblin. I had like a stomach bug, so I wasn't able to play it. But these are how these typically end up, by the way. But like in the beginning, if you get in early, like you can do numbers on something like this. So, but yeah, so like now Orion is in this part of it. But the people who bought up here are wrecked for sure. Like I don't know. Nah, the Telegram group from 2017 is gone. We do have a public lounge on Discord in the dojo. So I don't know, Xavi, if you could put the link to the Discord in the description of the video. Like if you guys want to join, like we're there. Can say hi. Can chill. Raid Inu. All right. One last one. All right, Raid Inu.
Guys, sorry for hopping in.
No problem.
Just to make sure nobody chases that thing.
What, Orion?
Yeah, it's not the real one.
Oh, this isn't even the real one? Oh, thanks for the heads up. Yeah, don't chase that.
It hasn't launched yet.
The real one hasn't launched yet. Okay.
Yeah.
So forget it. But I heard people talking about it, so I'm gonna keep my eyes on it. Now it's gonna pump.
Yeah, maybe, but like the pre-sale just happened, and I think somebody like either that's something else that existed before, or somebody is trying to catch that hype.
All right, so Raid Inu, and this is on ETH. Like, let me tell you, like most of the coins on ETH are shit. Like, there's just so many shitty coins launching, and like basically what happens is like the dev and friends just like bot the launch, or just ape it before they tell anybody it exists, and they start with like 1 ETH of liquidity. So like they're buying it at like, I don't know, they put like a couple ETH in and they're buying it at like a 5K market cap, then they mark it up. And like if these get to like 200K, most of them just dump. Like they just dump horribly. And that's part of like why Hamachi Finance did a public sale, right? They raised 100K in ETH. And like now looking back, it's kind of like if they had done a little bit less, I bet you the thing would be at a higher market cap, but it would be like less sustainable. And the purpose for that, all the ETH was put into liquidity and launched publicly. Like as soon as it launched, the team tweeted about it. So like nobody could just like buy like a whole shitload of it for like $50. And like I'm seeing too many projects. The other part is like the projects on ETH, like a lot of these are just bullshit memes. I'm not saying that this is, but there's too many like shitty coins launching every day, and like they all do the same thing. Like if they get shilled, they go to like 200K market cap and then they're done. So, you know, Arbitrum seems to be the place to play right now. I like it. And obviously BSC. BSC is killing it. CANTO, people are killing it over there. ETH is kind of tired. There's too many like, it's like the same people doing the same shit, and like everybody's broke and everybody has so much PTSD that they think everything's a rug, or if it gets to 200K they dump. So fuck ETH.
ARBITRUM is the new ETH.
Yeah.
You don't need gas. You know, like you can use ETH as gas. That's also what I like with ZK Sync as a rollup. You also use ETH as gas. Like I'm very bothered when I have to deal with Matic and I have to use, you know, I'm bridging from ETH, but I have to use another token as another coin as gas on an Ethereum chain. Really bother me.
Using the Matic. The transactions are super cheap though, at least on Matic. It's not terrible, but Lira. All right, last one. Lira token on. There's so many of them. I don't want to pick the wrong one. This one. This looks like this is it. Going up, that's for sure. Yeah. Why is it not letting me do it? Oh. Whoa. Yeah. Huh. This is interesting looking. See how they're like all positionally, a lot of these are coming up to like these neckline areas, right? So it could get bullish. If this breaks out, it could be bullish. So you had your crash cycle. Like picture this is 2017, right? Well, a lot of people can't even picture that, but you have your high, complacency, dump, lower high. This is your support that keeps being revisited. Then it breaks, you get a 50% retrace when this breaks. Then you go into your bear market and you get your low. This is their fake low. They make a real low. Pops up, makes a bull flag that sometimes even comes all the way back down here. But this one didn't, and then it broke out, and now you're reclaiming. This support is reclaimed. It's making another wave. This is most likely bullish, in my opinion, but just for the people that aren't up to speed with what I'm talking about, I'll give you a very clear example. So here, right, you have your high. This is your support. Keeps coming back to support, complacency, breakdown. The first low, like the true low where you get this dead cat bounce here, this is like your support that gets revisited. Typically there's structure on the way up that will point in this area. And you can also use fibs. This is more of like a Shavi thing. But, you know, you keep going to your support, you go sideways, you capitulate. When this capitulates, you typically get about 50% drawdown. So this support was at 5,800 if I remember correctly. But basically 6K. That breaks, you get your low. So like this is your fake low, this is the real low. And then you get the bounce and the bull flag. And then you start to mark up. And then once you like reclaim this area that was support, then you're able to pump again. And it doesn't always make another all-time high. This is what they're talking about in regards to like a reflation trade. And this actually comes all the way back into the accumulation zone, and then the rest is history, right? But you don't always get this move, but it can happen. It can happen. There's usually a nasty dip before the real one. And, you know, going back to Lira here, you have it on like a smaller scale. The bull flag, making structure here. So maybe it comes up here and then dumps back down, right? And then it takes off. That's possible too. But so far, like right now in a lower time frame, it looks pretty good. I'll give you one more example of this just so you can start to look if you don't know what to look for. But
Epic Dad Master says they just partner with GMX and hopefully HAMI can farm it.
yeah, that's what you're saying. I'd need to look into it. I don't know anything about the project.
At 35 million market cap, that's actually even more than Jones and RNDTR.
It's larger, right?
Yeah.
So
3 times larger.
this actually kind of looks big bearish here. This looks very bearish. This looks
Yeah,
terrible.
Sol had a nice little wave, but I think Arbitrum is really where it's at.
Yeah, so like you have your high on a lower time frame. I guess this was your complacency. Like this is where the first like dip stops and bounces, and now you're at it again and it's gone sideways. Like if this breaks, if this can bounce again, maybe, like if you're lucky, but if it doesn't and this breaks, like this is gonna nuke. Like it could be even more than 50% down. And then like what you'll see is like this, it'll dump. It can go all the way to here, like if it's shit, like I don't know. But hopefully it doesn't. Hopefully you get the 50%. Because like, wait a minute. This has got to be the wrong thing, right? The liquidity is low. Well, it's on a lot of centralized exchanges. Let me see. Maybe. It's not going to change the way it looks. Let me look at Huobi. Yeah, this is acting well. On this resolution, this was your support. This broke 14 to 7. This gave you the 50% drop. Wow. See, I look at this chart. This is actually this could be the bottom, actually. If this pumps, it's the bottom, right? Or if it breaks, it's fucked. So actually, it's not a terrible spot to take risk on Bonk, in my opinion. Now that I'm looking at it. It's funny how quickly that changed, but like looking at it on this chart with the 4 hour, it's very different, but it's actually like possible that this was the cycle. This was the capitulation, right? Because you had your 50% drawdown. Then you have your pump, and now it's making the bull flag. Huh. You could play it. You could play it, but it's super easy to structure your risk. Like if this starts to break lower, then you just get out. But there's a decent chance that the bottom is in on this guy. Do they have like leverage on this anywhere? Curious. How degen can we get? Mexi has leverage.
XC, yeah.
Yeah, fuck it. Like, I don't know. Maybe I'll play this. This is like
We have
this
a
is
repping from
this is
XC.
like this is god tier entry. If I'm right about this, like this is like where everybody is shitting their pants because like you saw the sentiment. I looked at it, I was like, this looks awful. This looks like terrible. But then when I looked at it on this chart, and I already had this line drawn because this was your support. Like this was the cycle. And like this is the accumulation. This is the bear market. And basically, if this doesn't hold, it's fucked. Then it goes more than 50% down. It could just I don't know. I wouldn't want to mess around if this starts to go much lower than this. But if somehow this holds, there's actually very bullish potential. So I'll leave you guys with that. We'll see how it plays out, and we'll talk about it next time.
I do have one of my best friend. He put Bonk in his watch list, and he's being very patient, right? He's new into crypto, so he's like waiting for his entries, and he's not FOMOing right and left. He's just trying this career. and yesterday he's like, oh, this looks so wrecked. It got to my level. I'm going to try and buy some. So he's gonna be very pleased with your analysis.
Oh, so he just bought some bonk?
Mm-hmm.
Huh. Interesting. Well,
he's the perfect guy to get the beginner's luck. So I will not fade him right now.
really? Okay. We're in the same place. Yeah, both sides of the spectrum, right? No, we're probably both like...
It's like low IQ, high IQ. Don't be the middle curve guy.
Yeah, that's funny.
Don't me middle
All right,
curve
well,
bell.
oh, nice. We got same amount of views as likes. That makes me happy. All right, I'll do another stream in a couple days. You guys made it. You made it. So I hope you enjoyed. Thank you so much for watching. Xavi, as always, thank you for joining me. A pleasure. And yeah, stay tuned.
Anytime.
Take care, everyone.
Goodbye.